Hey guys, can you hear me? Can you give me a confirmation you can hear me, please? Okay, just few moments. I'm setting up the things. So today we are going to have an interesting session, okay? And I have kind of worked on some of these things, okay, yesterday. And I thought of creating it as interactive as possible. So what we will be doing is I will be giving you some questions, okay, and that you need to answer me live. So the idea of this is, to give you a good understanding of few concepts, number one, and number two, what is your understanding of few machine learning topics, right? For example, if I ask you what is ROC curve, right? So I will try to give you one data point or one scenario or one formula, and I will try to check your understanding of ROC curve, something like that, okay? So shall we start for some time or shall we get started? I think we can get started, okay? So guys, for some of you who has joined just now, I will be walking you through some 10 to 12 machine learning plus Python questions. You have to answer me in the comment section. And then based on your answer, your understanding, your things, I will give my feedback or my understanding of the topic. You guys are also there. You and all of us are kind of friends only. So you can give your understanding, your, what is right, what is wrong in somebody else's answer, all those things. So I will be keeping two machine learning, one Python, then two machine learning, one Python, like that, okay? So I also want you to open a Python interpreter in your, if you have joined from a computer, in your computer. If you have joined from a mobile, in your cell phone also, you can open a Python interpreter, okay? So guys, let's go ahead and try to see the first question here. So this is a linear regression question, okay? Here in this linear regression question, on the right hand side, you can see a, this is my regression line. What is my regression line? This one, okay? This one is my regression line. And what you have to tell me is, you have to tell me what is the equation. What is the, regression equation here? So can you tell me that? You have four options on the left hand side. You have to tell me the right option. Got it? Okay. So I have started, I will be seeing the answer in mobile phone. I have started getting answers. Somebody is saying C, somebody is saying A, somebody is saying C, 3 into ad budget. So on the y-axis, you have sales of the organization. On the x-axis, you have the advertisement budget of the organization. And this line, what you are seeing here is my regression line. This point, green below point is 24. The above below point is 27, okay? You have to tell me what is this regression line from your understanding of linear regression. Fine. So this line is your regression line, okay? This line is your regression line. Okay, somebody, Tushar is saying R, A, and A, how Tushar, how are you saying A? I want your explanation. Hers is saying C. So hers, how are you saying C? Kushal is saying C. Two people saying C. Three people basically saying C. Shreya is also saying C. And one person is saying A. So what is the explanation of C? Can you tell me? Either Kushal or Shreya or Hers. All of you are saying C. Tushar is saying it is C, intercept is 21. Yes, 21. Slope is 3. Shreya is saying slope is 3, intercept is 21. Absolutely. So that is what we should look at here. Slope is 3 and intercept is 21. Now, Shreya, how did you calculate this slope? For some of us who could not understand slope calculation, how did you calculate this slope? All of you who is saying C, how did you calculate this slope? I want to know that. Because I have not given the C value to you, right? I have only given I have not given the M value to you, right? Okay. So y2 minus y1, divide them, x2 minus x1. Very, very true. Kushal Yadav is saying y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 gives you slope, which is M. And C already the point at which your regression line cuts the y-axis, which means this point. Okay. Your regression line cuts the y-axis somewhere here, hence this point. Okay. Let me see if I can use my pen. That will be better. Somewhere here, right? So that is important here. And hence, we are getting that. This is your C and this is M. We discussed how we calculated M. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. And let me go to the slide and try to go to the next slide. Why it is not going? Escape. Okay. Okay. What is the answer here, guys? You guys think about the answer. I'm asking what is the precision here. Okay. I'm asking you what is the precision here. You have to tell me the precision of a classification model. And this question comes from classifier, right? Okay. So what is the number here? This is your actuals and this is your predicted. So actual numbers here, predicted numbers here, right? And this is your, what you call it, this 70 number, what it will be called? It will be called as true positives, right? Can you tell me, guys, what is the answer? Yes, Tushar is saying this is TP. Yes, this is obviously TP. And what is this 3? This is your FN or FP. Tell me. 3 is your FN or FP. You can tell me the answer. I will just see my other computer once. FP, right? B. Some people are saying A and some people are saying B. Okay, to people who are saying A, can precision be more than 100%? To people who are saying A is more than 100%. Can you have a precision of more than 100%? I don't think so. You can have a precision of more than 100%, right? So probably in your answer, you are flipping something. So what is the precision formula basically? Precision formula, can somebody write it here? Precision for a classification model in a 2-class scenario. Who can write here? Yes. Shreya is saying TP by TP plus FP. So where is FP here? False positives. False positives means something which is negative, but your model has identified that as positive. So which observations from this? This is your false negatives, correct? And this is, sorry, this is your false positives. Actual is this one, right? So false negative actually, right? 3 is false negative or false positive? Tell me. 3 is actually negative, but your model is predicted as positive. Yes, I think false positive. Yeah, you guys are right. False positive. So 70 by 70 plus 3. That's the correct answer. 70 by 70 plus 3. Anybody has any confusion in this? Any confusion in this? Anybody? What is the precision? Okay, I will move ahead with the next one. So the next one will be based on some Python exercise, I think. Yeah. So let me clear my drawings here, otherwise you will get confused. But this is a simple assignment in Python. You can read the question. So there is a list and I'm writing a list comprehension like this. What will be my output? Tell me. What will be my output here? And this is a little tricky, okay? A. So A looks like an output, but I'm saying but. Rest of the thing you understand. So will it be error or will it be something else? I'm doing a list comprehension. I'm saying I divided by 2, okay? And I'm saying if I modular 2 is equal to 0, which means I'm checking the even number, okay? Means half the even numbers and make NA for the odd numbers. First of all, is this syntax correct? Is this list comprehension syntax correct or not correct? That's why I told you to open a Python compiler and kind of try to see if this works. Just try to see carefully. Three is false positive. Okay, that's the old answer. Okay, I mean previous slide answer. So are you guys executing in Python? You will get a different answer. Okay, I mean that's why I'm saying it's a little tricky question. I mean it will not be too different than what you think, but it will be slightly different. Can you tell me the answer? At least if you think it's not A or B, you can say something else. A. A looks very close to the answer. Okay. But just to give you a hint, it's close to A than all other answers. Okay. But not A exactly. So what will happen is when you do division in Python like this, right? Python will not return integers like this basically. Can you try and do? It will return something like 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. Yes. So it will give you 3.0, 1.0, 2.0, which means until or unless you round it, it will be your floating numbers. Why this is important, guys? Many a times, this is my personal once I faced this issue. Okay, so I was trying to upload a Hive table from some Python output, and the data type mismatch was due to this. Okay, and some issue was coming, not exactly, there was something with integer and float, and that was creating a lot of problem in deployment. So that is one issue, and I thought of kind of covering it, because if you divide like this in Python, right, it will give you a float by default. If you round it, it will give you the integer. So you can in front of this, right, in front of I by 2, you can say round, then you may get the integer. Okay, I think many people are running in Python and kind of giving me the floating numbers. Thanks guys for doing that. Okay, and keep your Python interpreter open, because there will be more Python questions coming. Okay, so shall I go to the next one? Okay, so let's go here. Let's go to the next one. You have to tell me what will be the prediction here. Okay, I hope you can see the next one. Okay, so I think my image is coming there. So okay, I will tell you the first, that is your prediction column, the last column that you are able to see. Let me see. Let me see if I can make it a little small. Anyway, I will just tell you the last column is your prediction column. This column, okay, is your prediction column. So you have to tell me what will be the prediction for this record here. This record here, what will be the prediction? This question mark we have to fill. Okay. So this is your model, obviously, on the left hand side. On the left hand side is your model. Okay. And this is your data. Now, if a new prediction data comes where age is 19, okay, the is male thing is, yes, then what will be the prediction? Okay, somebody is saying 60. Okay, let's see if few more people are there able to answer. Somebody else is saying 60. So this is just to check your understanding of decision trees. Okay, nothing much here. And you can see all these things are created by me, hand. So it's not like I have taken from somewhere, or this is just I drew it. I sat and I drew. Okay, so where it will go 19 and why? Let's see this. So what will happen is, this is your tree. So if your age is 19, right, age greater than equals to 20, no, it will come this side. Okay, and is male y, so is male y means this side. Okay, so this side, how many records will come? Age is 9, age is less than 20. So this age and this age qualify for that. And if it's a male, then these two will qualify for that, which means these two records go on that side, these two records, right? And these two records, how you guys are saying 60? I don't know. No, it will be 120 plus 60 by 2, I think. Let me check again. See, your age greater than equals to 20, which means no condition greater than equals to 20, no, which means these two records only, right? This is not going this side. And then 19 and 18 is male, yes. Is male, yes, two records. Two records means these two records. Average of these two records, 90. 90, I think. You guys are saying, okay. Some of you are now saying 90. I think 90, because 90 is the average of 120 plus 60. You agree with me on 90? 90. Okay. Most of you are agreeing on 90. Okay. Let's go to the next one. I have a data of 100 into 10 size, which means 100 rows, okay, and 10 columns. I apply random forest. You have to understand sklearn's random forest. 100 rows, 10 columns, okay. What will be the data size for each decision tree? Tell me. 10 into 10, 10 into 3, 100 into 3, or none? What will be the data size that goes into each of the tree, or your bag size, you can say? We give these parameters, but if I don't give, then it will take some default things, right? We generally, so if I go to sklearn and I call random forest dot fit, right, then by default parameters in sklearn random forest, what will happen? We can obviously tweak all these things. One, somebody is saying one, Karthik is saying one. Anybody else? Hers is saying 10 into 3, which means 2. One. So you think that random forest will take all the features by default? Whoever is saying one, you think that random forest in all its bags, in all its trees, it will give all the features by default? sklearn random forest documentation you have to see quickly. If I were at your place, I will go and search in Google sklearn random forest, go to the first page, see a parameter called mtry, and see a parameter called bootstrap. See these two parameters. Yes, Hershey is saying it will choose at random. Yes, it will choose. However, what is the number? I mean, out of 100 rows and 10 columns, how many random will be chosen is my question. Okay. So if I say rf.fit without any parameter, etc., then what goes as a default? And can we change it? If we can change it, then how? This I covered in one of my new video where I was talking about how to interview questions on random forest. So did you find mtry and bootstrap? Okay. Option 2. Option 2 is what Shreya is saying after going to the random forest documentation. And what is others' opinion? And why are you saying 10 and 3? What is mtry by default? Shreya, if you are saying option 2, then what is the value of mtry? Default value? Default value is equal to under root of n, where n is your number of features, right? Nearest integer to this. 10 cross 3, which means option 2. Bikram is saying option 2. Shreya is saying anybody else with option 2 or option 3? Option 3 is not right, according to you. If you are saying option 3 is not right, I will tell you to check this bootstrap again. Harsh is also saying option 2. So I will repeat my question to the people who have joined now. I have a data of size 100 into 10, which means 100 rows and 10 columns. I want to train a random forest model. What will be the size of each tree, which means my bag size? Consider a sklearn random forest. So some people are saying 10 cross 3. Some people are saying 100 cross 3. 10 into 10, nobody is saying now. So I'm not convinced with option 2 until or unless somebody tells me with confidence that yes, it is option 2. Is it 2 or 3? Because I'm telling you to check two parameters in sklearn random forest. First parameter is mtry, second parameter is bootstrap. It's 2. Sriya is saying it's 2, which means 10 cross 3, which means by default it will take 10 cross 3 values. Anybody with option 3? Anybody with option 3, guys? Kishan is saying option 3. How? Option 3 is like it will take all the records in all the bags. Is it true for random forest? If I'm having 1 million records, then 1 million records will be taken in all the bags. Is it true? Ujjwal Verma is saying option 1. Option 1 is something that we discussed before. And many people are not in favor of option 1 because it is taking all the columns in all the bags. Okay. So do you think it will take, when you train a random forest model, then in all the individual trees or all the bags, all your columns will go or all your rows will go? All these are conceptual things, guys, because most of the time we will run using default parameter and then we don't know what is happening inside. So, hyperparameter tuning becomes a problem. So if we know all this, then, we can do the hyperparameter tuning in a much better way, right? So as per I remember, right, by default, this mtry is under root n, okay? And I may be wrong, but as per my memory, I'm saying this bootstrap is by default true, okay? True means it will take samples of your total number of records, but by default, it will take all the samples until or unless you go and say, hey, you know what? I want to take only 50% of the samples in each tree. I want to take only 30% of the samples in each tree. Until or unless you say that, it will take all the samples. That's what I remember. If somebody can argue with me, I'm okay with that. I'm talking about random forest model. Suppose I have 100 records, 10 columns. Then how many of the records will go in each tree? What I'm saying is, by default, this bootstrap parameter is true. Okay. And what percent of samples go in each tree? By default, that is 1, which means 100% of the samples. Until or unless you make it 50% or 30% or 20%. You can check it, okay, and you can come back on this. No issues. I may be wrong, you may be wrong. Okay, not a problem. Let's go to the next one. So guys, I want you to write a simple Python code which does this, okay? Write a code in Python for getting indices of 3 maximum values in a list. So here, in my list, what is the maximum value? 98. What is the second maximum? 78. What is the third maximum? 76. So 98 is what index? 0, 1, 2, 3. Third index, then second index, and then fourth index. You got my question? For the last question, I feel it's 100 into 3. The option C is correct. I may be wrong because what I remember is by default, it will take all the records until unless you change it. Meanwhile, you can take this indices question in Python and tell me there can be multiple ways of doing it, but one fast way of doing it, you can tell me. All these are one-liner kind of thing, hence I have included because it will not be very difficult. Okay, thanks everyone who is joining. Thanks everyone. Thanks Funny, Rahul. Yes, m trie is equal to square root of number of features is equal to 3. Correct. Correct, Tushar. And by default, square root. Okay. By default, it will be square root. So there can be multiple options. We can choose log 2, square root, or other things. By default, it will be square root. Okay. Short and slicing 3 will not work. Okay. You have to give me the code. Other people are busy in writing codes only. No pseudocode here. Okay. That's why I told you to open a Python interpreter. And if you want that, we guys are doing, Aman is not doing, I will also open interpreter and I will also do parallelly. This pseudocode or logic wise, I don't want the answer. I want a working code. Anybody guys who is giving me the first answer for this? If I tell you to give me the 3 largest number, you would have given by now. But I'm asking you the indices, hence you're kind of little struggling. And this is good, right? We should kind of struggle for a few things. What is the approach you guys are taking? I mean, short and slicing is somebody's writing that, but what is the real approach? I'm assuming you guys are doing in Python. Just give me a yes if you are doing, or my assumption is wrong. That also you can tell me. Nobody is able to do yet. Surprising for me. See, as I told, there can be multiple ways of doing it. Okay. And somebody can use a filter method, somebody can use a apply method, somebody can simply sort and kind of compare with the previous list and get the indices. Multiple ways. Usually saying we will make a dictionary with index as key and values and elements, correct? And then you will sort the dictionary on values and then you will take those keys. Is it? I think doable, but little, lengthy way of doing it, I would say. What do you say, Ujjwal? I'm happy to be challenged. I'm not a great Python guy, okay? I'm happy to be challenged. See, Shreya has written the code. Excellent, Shreya. and I cannot check it because I have to go to interpreter, open and run. A dot sort reverse is equal to true. Okay, so you are reversing, sorting and then reversing. Okay, A dot index AI for I in range 3. Okay, I think yes, I think this will work. NP dot arg sort NP dot array input. Rohit, how this will work, Rohit? I mean, how this will give you the three numbers in output? Okay, sort in descending order, then return the indices of first to three element. Yes, correct. Shreya is saying like that. So Shreya's approach is, I think, decent. Okay, will use enumerate. So what Shreya is saying, I will just write here for everybody's reference. A dot sort, she is sorting the string. Okay, and then obviously by reverse she is sorting. Okay, and then what she is doing is A dot index. She will take the index of first three actually. A dot index, and then I, pardon me for any spelling etc mistake, for I in range 3, because I want three numbers here. If I want more numbers, I will change that 3. So this will do your string reversal. Okay, and then this is this will give you index of your first 3 things. Okay, somebody is saying we'll use enumerate. Shivaji is saying that is also doable. You can use it. Okay. So enumerate, you can use some form of lambda. You can use some form of filter. You can use some form of list comprehension with some logic. You can use probably. This is nothing but kind of list comprehension only, right? What Shreya has done. Okay. So shall I go to the next one, or you guys want to try? Somebody is asking what is enumerate. Shivaji will explain because he has only brought this topic. Okay, Hers is not able to paste the solution here due to word limit. No issues, Hers. You can just tell the pseudo code or something. Okay, so this one is kind of little interesting because Python, and you can try it later as well. List of list, then sort. Okay, yes. So you have to tell me if you are noticing, guys. I'm covering from different algorithm. Okay, linear regression, logistic regression, then Python, then decision trees, then random forest, then again Python, and now I'm going to XGBoost. Okay, so you have to tell me what does bureau parameter do in XGBoost without looking at documentation, obviously, based on your understanding. Subsample, eta, gamma, and rate drop. Can you tell me in comment? Don't tell me the bookish definition, okay? Don't tell me that this is learning rate. Implementation point of view, when you implement XGBoost, then you know what you will use subsample for. You can tell one by one also, not a problem. Like what is eta, what is gamma in XGBoost? I'm sure you have used XGBoost, very, frequently used algorithm or model. Subsample is obviously your sampling, right? So at least by the name you can understand this. Nobody is able to remember XGBoost parameters. Eta is for learning rate, gamma is for pruning. Eta is obviously learning rate. Gamma is for pruning, yes, but internally. See, subsample works on both the things. Okay, just like you were using mtry in random forest, you can use subsample here. And eta and gamma, you guys are having little idea. Tell me what is rate drop. Rate drop is very interesting here. In XGBoost, do you know what is rate drop? Any idea rate drop? Okay, so I will tell you, this subsample is basically your row and column subsampling. Eta is basically your learning rate that you change for how fast you want to converge, basic learning rate principle, right? How fast or how slow you want to converge. And gamma is something which you used for regularization or tree pruning, as somebody said, right? Rate drop is basically a concept very similar to dropout layer in neural network, where some of the layers are dropped, right? Some of the neurons are dropped in the neural network. Here also some of the trees in the entire analysis or entire chain, those are kind of not considered for doing the scoring or training the model. So it's an interesting concept which you can study a little bit more about in XGBoost. Dropout rate, something similar to that. Okay, so what is my next slide? This I have put on clustering. Tell me, this is a elbow curve. Okay, what is the optimal number of cluster here? This is your elbow curve. Tell me in terms of option, which option you guys are saying? Option B you are saying? Option B, option C, option B, option C. Okay, so people are obviously option 5, option A and option D people are rejecting. People have a different views of option 2 and option 3. Now let's discuss these two. Okay, so 2 you are here and 3 you are here. Now people who are saying 2, tell me why you are saying 2. And people who are saying 3, give me your logic, why not 2? Other way around, if you are saying somebody is playing safe, somebody is saying B and C both. No, you have to choose one. You have to choose one and tell me why not other one. See, this is again a conceptual thing. Okay, so nobody is kind of punishing you for wrong answer, or nobody is kind of this is not a real-time implementation. If you're saying 1, then why 2, then why 2, 3, then why 3? Why not other thing? 5 and 4 we have anyway discarded, because this person is constant from point 2. This is not constant. Is this a constant? It is not constant. Sharpest decrease in inertia from cluster 1 to cluster 2. I agree. I agree with this point, but again, you are getting a better WCSS at 3, then why not 3? This is to Antariksh Anupam. Because after 3 lines is steep, so basically the clusters are not increasing. After 3 lines are not clusters, the cluster is not improving, you can say. So I take that point, but again, from 2 to 3, the shift is minimal. That's what I'm saying. 2 to 3, you see the shift. You see the gain here. What is the gain you are getting from 2 to 3? You are increasing one more cluster in your model. What is that you are achieving from that? Are you achieving a better cluster? Are you achieving, better model? Tell me one thing, in a business scenario, 2 clusters are better to manage or 3 clusters are better to manage? In any real world business, 2 clusters are better to manage or 3 clusters? 2 clusters, obviously, right? Because suppose at Unfold Data Science, all my viewers, I can categorize them into just 2 categories. somebody who is more interested in interview-based learnings, and somebody who is more interested in, topic-based learning. So then it will be easy for me to create content or create videos to cater these two group of people. Now, suppose there are 10 group of people, okay? Somebody who likes interview and who is in college, somebody who likes interviews and who is in job, similarly 10 clusters. So it's difficult for me to manage, right? So in any business, less number of groups, easy to manage. So if you are increasing the number of groups, if you are going from 2 to 3, then you should have a significant amount of shift in your model, which is non-evident here from 2 to 3. Now, if you put this model in, training, and if you choose 2 to 3, then statistically or number wise or all the clustering validation methods, right, you might see that there 3 is looking better than 2. But all these things is not only numbers, right? It also depends on how easy that model is able to help us, how we can utilize that model in the most effective way, right? Taking all that into consideration, we can debate on 2 or 3, but the preference should be given to 2 is what I feel. Because every time you are increasing number of clusters, there should be a significant shift in the gain, what we are gaining from that model. Okay, that is my opinion. Again, I am happy to be questioned or argued. So tell me, what does below command do in Python? One by one. os.remove my file, what it will do? os.remove my file, what it will do? Delete. So if I say os.remove my file, it will delete this file. That's correct. What will unlink do? os.unlink my file. Which one? Delete or unlink? Delete the file from the disk or from the Python memory you are saying, or cache memory you are saying, where from? There should be a double quote here. Okay. Vignesh is answering for question number 3, which is easy. So that's fine, not a problem. But you have to tell me the difference between remove and unlink. Can you tell me the difference between remove and unlink? Okay, you can Google it little bit, okay? And get current working directory is basically your current working directory. It will print which is your current working directory. And open pty is, what will open pty do? If you have used open pty sometime, what open pty will do? What it will do, guys, tell me. Open pty, you have to Google at least. Google quickly and tell me. This is something we don't use normally, but still good to know. I use. You guys may not be using open pty. Open terminal, yes. Open new sudo terminal pair, yes. Okay, so more or less we answered all these things, and I don't think I have any next question. So I will add this. That is why I have kept this slide. Okay, and I have some more slides. See, SVM, neural networks. What slide I have? Python 4. So many things I have which I have not added. I will add that definitely. And if you guys tell me you like this session, if you guys tell me in comment, and if you guys, kind of share this with some of the folks who missed, I will definitely come up with another session like this. Okay. So I feel this kind of interactive session will help you guys a lot in concept related questions, right? So somewhere where concept is needed. So did you guys like the session? Give me a thumbs up. Tell me that you want the session more, then I will be preparing for more sessions. Okay. Thanks, Himanshu. Himanshu is saying loved this session, great and informative. Thanks, Himanshu. So nothing is like I have taken from internet or somewhere. It's like I will sit for half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour even, to prepare these questions, and I will write in drawing board and kind of put this together, and I will come to you guys. Okay, so that it becomes a little interesting and you are enjoying this session. Okay. No, that you have to Google, right? So some assignments also you have to take from here, Vignesh. Vignesh is saying, tell me the difference between remove and unlink. So that's an assignment, Vignesh. That's where you will know that, 10:30 in the night in India, you guys are attending this session. So which means there should be some homework also, right? You guys are interested in learning, right? Okay. So thanks everybody for joining this. And I will soon, I think next week, Thursday or maybe Tuesday or someday, we will do this session again. Please join. I will put that in community section. And if there are more people, it will be more interesting. Okay. If there are more people, then it will be very interesting. So maybe you can share also with some of your friends who are interested into data science. Okay. And I will see you all in the next session, guys. Have a good night. Have a nice weekend also. See you all, guys. Take care. Bye.